year. I was just so focused on my business, focused on work. But one thing I did notice, and I hate to say that this was a reality for me, is people did treat me a little differently.
Mm.
And so back in 2016, I decided to make a change. And I think I just kind of got fed up with it. And I noticed that a lot, like I wasn't moving at all. So the first thing I did actually was I invested in a Fitbit. And I know a lot of people like Fitbits, some people don't. But for me, it really helped me realize like how much I was moving. And I was just get up, kind of have my breakfast, sit at my computer. And it made me realize, oh, I'm not moving at all. I need to start getting some steps in. So I remember, kind of taking some longer walks and starting to see that some of the weight started to come off just naturally. And from there, I actually had a really good friend and someone that I worked with prior that went through her own transformation. And I reached out to her and said, Julia, how did you do this? And she said, I'm actually starting to train some people, Susie, and I'd love to connect with you and kind of share with you my story. So from there, in a matter of 6 months, I actually lost the 60 pounds. But it
Wow.
wasn't a simple fix. It was changing some real lifestyle changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people think of diet and that, kind of an overnight thing. It was really small things that I did on a day-to-day basis that made lasting changes over time and allowed me to really kind of keep off the weight. So I really started to focus on my movement. I started weight training as well. I think weight training can have this connotation that you have to be a bodybuilder, but it really doesn't. Weight training alongside of cardio can just really help your body shape itself. When your muscles start to build back, you actually are burning more calories, and you're really starting to see kind of a change. And then the last piece that I really started to focus on too was how I was fueling my body and looking at it as not a diet or something that needs to be incredibly restrictive, but how do I nourish my body to feel good? And I started to actually track what I was eating. And I put it in MyFitnessPal, which is a free application. And for me, just kind of knowing where I was in terms of how much my body was expending in terms of energy, and then also what I was putting into it, really helped me kind of manage. And naturally, I just continued to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and one of I think the main things too that helped me do that is I was looking at, my overall intake of food, but I also noticed certain foods help me feel good, energized and lightweight kind of throughout the day. And just making sure I was actually having smaller meals more consistently and rounding them out with things that were just really good for me: protein, healthy fats. And I'm one of the people, I don't have to cut out carbs. I love carbs, and there was ways to incorporate carbs into my life and to feel energized and feel good and know, I might have some carbs before I go work out. And so just really having kind of giving myself the time to see the weight loss and be patient with myself, and just knowing this is a journey. It's not a quick fix. And if you consistently do the right things, you'll see progress. And I did. And luckily I was able to, keep the weight off. There's been times where I've gained a little bit, maybe 5 or 10 pounds here, lost it again. And I think that that's life. And I think it's okay. Around the holidays, if you want to have an extra candy bar, it's not the kind of fixed mindset of, I can't have this. I think it's really debilitating. And I don't think it sets you up for long-term success.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of times, and I can resonate with a lot of things that you're saying as far as having this transformation, but a lot of people who have gone through this transformation, and it's that, that moment, and whether it's a health scare or something really, tragic happened or something traumatic, where it's that wake up call. So like for you, what was it that did you just look at yourself at one point and be like, whoa? Because it's funny that you say, I didn't think of myself someone who gained weight. You didn't think of yourself